So Dune Part 2 is finally here, everyone. That's right. Dune Part 2 is finally here. No more pushbacks, no more waiting, no more people saying, oh, it's going to be here. No, now it's going to be here. Oh, wait, we're going to go another year. Just wait one more month. Okay, now it's here. Okay, now we're going to push it back here. That's right, guys. It is finally here. And I saw it on premiere night, and it was amazing. So Dune Part 2 picks right back up where Dune Part 1 left off. I don't know if it takes a year or a couple of years after the ending of the first film, but it is essentially what we were expecting for Dune Part 2, the epic action that we wanted. Dune Part 1 was a contemplative build-up, definitely to what we got in Dune Part 2. I mean, Paul Atreides has been hanging out with the Fremen. He learns how to fight with the Fremen. He eventually starts leading the Fremen, and then eventually he becomes the Fremen. He starts becoming the Messiah that we've been hearing about since the beginning of Dune Part 1, all while the Harkonnen are out looking for him and the Fremen to, take his head. They're all like, you know what? This guy is holding up spice production. We need to go kill this Fremen. So all the Harkonnen are like, you know what? Let's go kill some Fremen. I will say it does take us some time to get to that epic, war action that I was hoping for in Dune Part 2, because the first hour of this movie there was like no war. It was just, mainly a love story, of course, between Paul Atreides and Zendaya's Karashani, which actually I was kind of worried about. I was like, we have Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and that love story, and I was like, it can't be any worse than that, right? I'm actually glad they didn't actually just jump right into war right away. I was actually really entertained watching his trials as he, was becoming Fremen. Best part was like when I saw him right, Egret and a sandworm now! This type of coming-of-age story is not something that I would say is, rare. It's common, but to see it done at this level is just so awesome. To see a boy who was originally meant to be a duke of this house lose everything only to later find out that he was meant to be greater. He was meant to be more than just a house name. It actually helps more with the fact that, of course, this movie was split into two parts, so now we actually were expecting, to see what we've been wanting to see, like, for the past 3 years since 2021 when the Part 1 came out. So it's like, Part 1, here's the intro to the story. Part 2, no more intros, here's the story we've been wanting to tell you. My favorite character, the one that I enjoyed the most while watching this movie, has to be Austin Butler as Thade. He was just a complete badass in this movie. I don't know what was going on with his voice. It sounded like he was trying to give himself an accent. I don't know what was up with that. But, I also find it interesting that even though when he's technically playing a character that's not hot or supposed to be hot, he can still pull off some kind of smolder. I don't know what it is with that there. He definitely brings a different vibe to the character than Sting did in the 1984 movie. Sting was like, kind of a jumpy, giggly, psychopath, kind of like a guy who just enjoys bringing pain and always brings a smile to his face. Sort of like, I guess you can say like he's like the space version of the Joker from Batman. Whereas Austin Butler's Thade was like, he'll just kill you because he's bored. He's like, come here, you're my entertainment. Die, bitch. So, true Harkonnen psychopath with him. One character that really, felt like I was thinking, why is he here, was Christopher Walken. He was playing the character. His character is like the one who's running the show, the one behind a coup, some kind of coup, and yet he gets very little screen time. But I guess that has to do with the scope of this movie. This world, the world of Dune, in particular, is so enormous, and I'm not saying that lightly. We're talking like the enormity equivalent of worlds like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Avatar, Game of Thrones. The enormity of this world is just so huge that there are going to be a lot of characters that may have had bigger parts in the book are going to get pushed to the side in this movie. Of course, the ones who get the most screen time are Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya, but then again, the whole story revolves around them. But yet there's so much more going on here that it is, even though the story is just mainly about these two. So, I mean, it's just like such an enormous world. Like, a lot of characters that if you were readers of this book, you would probably think like, oh my god, they cut this guy so much out. Oh, this guy had a lot more to do in the book. But, I mean, when you get like a story as big as Dune, and you can only fit it into 2 parts, each 3 hours long, of course there are going to be some big characters that are going to get pushed to the back burner. Oh, if this candidate doesn't work out, oh, we'll just cross him off the list and move to the next candidate. We'll inform your father, the emperor, later. You're like, who is the mastermind behind all this shit? Who is sitting on the top pulling all the strings? It just makes you think about that and like, who is the real control? Who is truly in control here? Because obviously it's not the emperor. I feel like they could have gone more in depth with that there, but I mean, they were kind of cut short. There were some scenes that felt kind of fast-tracked. This was a movie that could have been easily 3 hours and 15 minutes long and still have been a great movie, but of course they had to keep it within the 2 hour and 45-minute runtime. So there were some scenes that I felt like could have been like more significant and had more significant effects on the overall plot, but they had to be cut short. So, I mean, I don't know why Hollywood did that, but in the end, they did. So, I mean, they're mainly in the final act. I'm going to say that. Not going to go into spoilers. So, mainly the final act, if you haven't seen this movie, there will be some scenes that you're going to feel like were fast-tracked and kind of cut short. Now, of course, we have our main characters, Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. They did amazing overall. I mean, the whole movie was basically most of the movie was basically them, but I mean, they did a great job, especially Timothée Chalamet. It's great to see that his character development really progressed well. I mean, we started off in Dune Part 1 with him just being this ordinary boy who is in royalty, to now seeing him as this amazing leader. His character development probably had to be one of the best things about the movie. That was one of the things I was expecting. If we didn't get great character development from him, I was going to be like, wow, we wasted that just to see him still see now a boy lead them, but he is not a boy. He is without a doubt a man. And finally, we have the special effects. I mean, I usually end off on this, and usually I have bad notes to say about things, but I mean, this is actually the first time in a long time where I actually saw the cinematography and all the special effects, and I was like, this is gorgeous. And I didn't have the thought in my mind once saying, like, wow, that's a green screen if I've ever seen one. Greg Fraser is probably one of the best cinematographers out there. He won an Academy Award for Dune Part 1. If he doesn't win one for Part 2, I don't understand why he didn't win one for Part 2. It's one thing to just give us a world and just see it and watch it and say like, wow, that's pretty nice. But to actually feel like we are a part of it, that's a whole nother thing to get all together. And Greg Fraser really does that well. And it's not just in Part 1 and 2 for Dune that I'm talking about. He also was the cinematographer for The Batman, The Creator, and a lot of other movies. And they really engulf you. You really feel like you're not just watching a movie. You feel like you're a part of it. And he just does that so well. So, I mean, without a doubt, best cinematography, he'll probably get another Academy Award for this movie, Dune Part 2. Overall, no question about it, I am giving Dune Part 2 an A+. Yeah, no surprise there. Alright, well that just about wraps up this review. If you guys have seen Dune Part 2, please comment here down below what your thoughts were on it. Also, if you like my other videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, and remember to stay epic!